The business that are most profitable usually are laughed at and typically are boring businesses that nobody likes to talk about. When I first started in the service industry, that was the same thing. I never wanted to share what I did. Whenever people ask me, what do you do for a living? What do you do for work? I tried to change the subject because I didn't think that business was anything worth talking about or it was cool. But eventually, that boring business went on to do over $15 million in revenue. It allowed me to have freedom, start booking koala, fall in love with entrepreneurship, and I owe everything to that business. A lot of times, people start businesses based on their ego. They think, how can I build a cool app? How can I do something in tech? How can I have a cool product and drop ship that product? But the problem with thinking that way is no customer demand. You have to create the demand, which means it's very, very hard to actually win in those businesses, especially if you're a new entrepreneur and you don't have a lot of money, no investors, and things like that. But service businesses, on the other hand, and they're great because I built Booking Koala for service businesses, home to thousands of entrepreneurs, so many success stories on our YouTube channel, which means that it works. Why? Because of customer demand. People want their problem solved, and everybody wants home cleaning done. Nobody wants to really clean lawn care, right? People want their lawns mowed, pressure washing. They don't even know how to do things like that. They need services to come and do those things for them, right? Gutter cleaning. Some people don't want to climb on the roof and do those jobs that might hurt them and things like that. These are problems. And then of course the business that we're going to talk about, poop scooping. This is an untapped opportunity where so many people are having success on our platform. And I always like to talk about it because this is probably the business that nobody wants to say, hey, I am a owner of a poop scooping company. However, like I always mention, if you're making money and you're making a really, really life-changing amount of money in a business, I truly don't think anybody cares what they do as long as it's, of course, ethical, helping out others and things like that, right? Same goes for me. Like I said, I never cared. I never really wanted to share my story about owning a home cleaning company, but eventually that went away. I didn't care. I built something that changed my life, helped others, and at the end, I would do it all over again if I had to. Okay. So now let's go on to why a poop scooping business is a great opportunity right now. Okay. So number one, it is low cost to start. If you're a new entrepreneur, you have limited funds, you could literally start this business for under $100 because it's just so easy to start and it doesn't require you to invest a lot of money, right? If you're doing the actual poop scooping yourself, all you have to do is buy some equipment. And if you aren't doing it yourself, you hire somebody that will go ahead and get the stuff that they need and go out, and you'll give them a cut and they'll go ahead and do it, which is the option that I always talk about, because there's a problem when you start going with option one. Yes, you make more money in the short term because you'll have a bunch of clients and you don't have to give a cut to somebody, but you kind of hurt yourself in the long run because you don't need to learn how to do the actual service. Someone already is out there that knows how to do it. Hire them and you focus on the most important part that will go ahead and give you freedom, which is growing your business. You should be learning marketing, hiring, and how to actually grow your brand, your poop scooping business. So from this video, and I have many other videos that you guys should be watching on the YouTube channel that will help you grow this business, I always say start properly and start with option number two. Hire someone and give them the work, okay? That way it really will not cost you a lot because they're already the ones purchasing the equipment, right? Which there isn't much anyways, a poop bag and maybe a scooper, and that's pretty much it, right? Very, very easy. Okay. Number two will be reoccurring revenue, my favorite. This is what makes people who start service businesses win and don't quit. Okay. Reoccurring revenue allows you to build momentum, clientele, and revenue so that you don't have to restart every single month because you have to sell a one-time product to somebody over and over again, right? That's why reoccurring revenue is so powerful. Every company fights to figure out how can they do reoccurring revenue, not in just in the service industry, but when you look at software businesses like Booking Koala, right? They literally live off of reoccurring business models. Things like Amazon Prime. That's why they became so successful. Amazon, not because they were selling products, but because they had a membership that allowed them to grow faster, right? Netflix membership model. These are the things that not only will help you grow faster, but make your business worth more money if you ever want to sell. Okay. Super, super important. Number three will be route density and figuring out your routes. What is nice about this business model is that you can literally stack up clients on the same block, which will go ahead and help you because you don't have to drive or go very far. You could literally hire somebody, tell them, hey, work in this area, and they could get so much done, allowing them to make good amount of money per hour and allowing you to charge a little bit less. So you guys be competitive. If you guys want to charge less, you don't have to, but that always helps to get more clients and have them stick. And it will just be an overall very effective strategy for you guys to keep growing, especially in the beginning. You could always increase prices later, but allowing you guys to have a very small radius where one person, one poop scooper, let's say, can go ahead and operate is going to be a huge plus. So that is something that is very, very powerful. Number four, it's so easy to hire in this business model, right? There's so many different service businesses out there, but not all of them are the same. Some have different pros and different cons. What's nice about poop scooping is that anyone can do this service. You literally can go to a high schooler that wants to make extra money and you tell them, hey, do this on the weekends or on your summer break or anything like that. You could literally find anybody to go ahead and perform this service, which makes it very, very easy to scale because training, telling them what to do becomes very easy. The only risk you really have here is that them not understanding not to go inside a property if there is an aggressive dog or something like that, to be careful. After that, it becomes easy. Go in there, unlock the gate, lock the gate on your way out, make sure everything is nice and tidy, and that's it. Very, very easy. Other service businesses, not as easy. This is the huge upside of this business. Number five, it is a industry that's growing right now. There's still so many of poop scooping businesses. Maybe you've never seen them, but once you start going onto Google or ChatGPT and actually looking for services, you'll find quite a bit of those. But still, a lot of people don't want to do this, be in this business because of what it actually is. And, I've advertised this business before, and you'll see we've seen a list of 10 that you've shared. Poop scooping, definitely not something that I'm going to do, right? And you'll see what's interesting is that that's the one that gets the most comments. And what's great about that is it tells you that's the one that's going to be the easiest one to market, because if you literally, post things about poop, everybody's going to look at it. Makes getting attention from somebody so much easier. And that is another thing that's going to be, this is not a point over here, but it should be. It's going to be easier to market because of the things that you can actually show that's going to get attention. But going back to the point that we're actually on, This is a growing industry. And since still a lot of people don't want to do it, it's a perfect opportunity because it's growing. And if you get into this, eventually, once this is super, super popular, and it will be, people will start jumping on this just like anything else. Okay. So this is why I would say this is an untapped opportunity. And I would personally say a fantastic business for anybody that has $100, $1,000, and you want to start a service business using Booking Koala and follow the tips that I actually share across our channels. Okay. So leave a comment if you find videos like these helpful, and also if you're thinking about starting this business model.